this morning. Wonderful reading, isn't it? I love the story of the miracle of Cana. It's often used as a text for wedding homilies, and it is a wonderful testimony of Jesus blessing the sacrament of marriage by his first miracle. And we've had some great weddings here at St. Mark's over the last 10 years. A few years back, I married two airline pilots out in our outdoor chapel. That was a lot of fun, you know, a great setting for two people who fly together, and they are actually still flying airplanes up in northern Saskatchewan. One of my favorite weddings happened just recently, and that was the marriage of Michelle and Michelle Wynn. This is Michelle Holly Zhang's daughter. We know her as Melody. And two Chinese young people in love who wanted a traditional Canadian wedding. Now they're Chinese, and they wanted a Canadian wedding. And all of their guests were mostly young Chinese, Mandarin-speaking people. And so it was really fun. I preached from 1 Corinthians 13 and attempted to make my 3 points in Mandarin. I could tell by the mystified look in their eyes. It was with marginal success. Well, I'm not going to make the same mistake here today, I'll tell you what. We've got translations in Mandarin in the both, and I can't vouch for them because I can't read that. Anyway, it's fun. I love weddings, and weddings are wonderful times of celebration. We celebrate, we rejoice, and this passage, what it teaches, though, is not just for weddings. It's not just limited to that. It is a passage in Scripture for all of us. Cana is a small village northwest of Nazareth. It was not unusual for Jesus to be there. He was invited along with his mother, his disciples, probably other members of his family. He would most likely have known this couple, this family. They grew up in the area. These were villages. They weren't large cities. People knew each other. We see this in a couple of weeks when we see Jesus coming to Nazareth to minister. They looked at him and they said, "Hey, we know this guy. We know his mom. She's here. His brothers and sisters are with us." And that proved to be a problem for them. So they would know everybody. The weddings are very, very important occasions in their culture as in ours. The whole village would come to the weddings. Extended families were invited. The celebration would last for days. And you can imagine it took a lot of planning and preparation to pull off a wedding. And to run out of wine was a very serious matter. That was a problem. It would have brought shame upon the young couple, on their families, and into this crisis of normal life and circumstances walks Jesus. Jesus was there at this wedding, and I think the fact that he was there and the things that he does hold significance and meaning for all of us today. I want to start by saying, when I read this passage, I understand that Jesus wants to enter into our everyday lives. Our everyday lives. He was there. And we think about the ministry of Jesus on earth. We think about many things. We think about him healing the sick, teaching the crowds, confronting Satan, feeding the multitudes. We don't necessarily associate the ministry of Jesus with weddings, with blessing marriages. But he is there at this wedding. And not only is he there, but he plays an important role. He saves the day. He performs a wonderful miracle. And not just any miracle, but his first miracle. The first miracle that our Lord ever performed was done at a wedding. Nobody knew about this man here. They didn't know how important he was. Jesus isn't famous yet. His disciples have just recently been called. They have no idea who he really is and what he can do. The only one who knows at this point is his mother, Mary. How does she know? Well, because she was there when the angel Gabriel appeared to her and spoke to her about the conception of this holy child who would be called the Son of God. She was there when the Holy Spirit came upon her, and the power of the Most High overshadowed her. She heard the testimony of Elizabeth. She heard the stories told by the shepherds and the Magi. She raised this little boy into a man. And oh yes, you can be sure of the fact that his mother knew who he was and what he could do. So when the wine ran out, she told the servants to do whatever Jesus told them. And Jesus, God's Son, the divine image of God on earth, blessed that wedding and that marriage by his first miracle. I tell you the truth, if you ever wondered whether or not Jesus is really interested in the normal, everyday events of our lives, look at this story. Is he really interested in our everyday challenges and conundrums or problems? Cana says yes. He cares about you. Yes. He is interested in the daily stuff of your life. Yes. He wants you to invite him in and seek his help for the difficulties that you and I face. But there's a problem. And here's the second thing I take from the story. Sometimes the wine runs out. Bernie's shaking his head. It's a real problem, isn't it, Bernie? Sometimes they had run out of wine. And you can hear the seriousness of the situation. Mary's words, his mother says, they have run out of wine. You know, it's so true to life. Sometimes the wine runs out in life. And every one of us have experienced those periods of life where challenges and circumstances, difficulties overwhelm us, or try to overwhelm us. Life will test us. It will test us. It will test our marriage. It will test our home. It will test our children and our families. It does, and it will. And sometimes we reach a point in our lives when you feel empty and overwhelmed. But if you ever do, then you must heed the advice of Mary. What do you do when the wine runs out in life? What do? You take it to Jesus. You take it to him. You do whatever he tells you. You put Jesus into the center of your lives and of your problems, and if you keep him there, the wine of life will always keep flowing. Praise the Lord. And that brings me to the third truth I want to pull out of this, and that is that Jesus puts the abundance into life. I like that word, abundance. He puts the abundance. Jesus had them fill the water jars to the brim with water. These were big jars. I mean, we think about if you make a batch of wine, you make 30 bottles, 750 millimeters, right? He had jars that were 30 gallons apiece, 6 of them. And so you have them fill them to the brim, 6 large jars, and he turned then 180 gallons of water into wine. That would keep you going for years. When they took the wine to the master of the banquet and he tasted it, immediately he called the groom over and he said, most people bring the best wine out at the start, and they save the cheap stuff until after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best until last. Look, Jesus didn't make just any old wine. He made the best Cabernet Sauvignon. Jesus puts the flavor into our lives. Jesus makes life come alive and sparkle. When Jesus was asked to make the wine, he made great wine, not cheap wine. When Jesus is asked to make the marriage. He makes a great marriage, sparkling with color, flavor, and life. A delicious bouquet. When Jesus is invited into our everyday life, he pours out his provision and blessing in abundance. Abundance. And by the way that word invited is key here, you know. Jesus doesn't just impose himself into anybody's life. Jesus didn't crash this wedding. He was invited. Jesus didn't just impose this miracle. They needed him. They asked him. Listen to me, church. We need Jesus. We need him. Whether you know it or not, you need him. You need the forgiveness and salvation that he offers you. You need the abundant life that he provides. But he's not going to just walk into your life and impose his will upon you. Jesus is a gentleman. He never imposes himself upon anybody's life. If you want him, you need to ask him. He said, ask and you shall receive. If you've got a bucket full of water, offer it to Jesus. Let him turn the water into wine. That was his promise, you know. In John chapter 10, verse 10, he said, I am come that they may have life and have it to the full, have it in abundance. The Eastern Orthodox Church has always included this story of the miracle of Cana in their readings for the season of Epiphany, along with the nativity of Jesus, the coming of the wise men, and Jesus' baptism. And there's a good reason for doing so. Something happened on that day in Cana that was similar to those other events. At the birth of Christ, we saw the wonder of his incarnation. God came to dwell among us in human flesh. The wise men were led by an amazing star, a light shining in the darkness and illuminating the birth of a king. At the baptism of Jesus, God spoke from heaven, the word of the Father. This is my Son, whom I love. The Holy Spirit descended upon Jesus in power. All of these events are revealing his person and his glory. The fact that the Messiah has come. All the promises of God for life and abundance and blessing. This is the promise of a blessing that we read about in Psalm 36 earlier this morning. In Cana of Galilee, Jesus revealed for the first time his glory and acts of blessing and provision. In the common, ordinary stuff of life, Jesus unveiled his power. And that is where he is today, in your life and mine, if we will let him, if we will ask him. Turning the normal stuff of our lives, the trials and challenges and shortcomings, the mistakes, into blessing and forgiveness and provision and overflowing abundance. Listen again to the words of Psalm 36 we read earlier. Your people take refuge under the shadow of your wings. They feast upon the abundance of your house. You give them drink from the river of your delights. For with you is the fountain of life, and in your light we see light. Hallelujah. I think about a beautiful song which I love and we sing from time to time. And I'll close with these words. You who dwell in the shelter of the Lord, who abide in his shadow for life, say to the Lord, my refuge, my rock in whom I trust. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings.